you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we had at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Mr. John Deaver.
And welcome, Chugiak Chinook baseball fans. We are back for more Chinook baseball. I am Cale Duarte, the voice of your Chugiak Chinooks. Tonight, your Chinooks are once again back at home. Your Chinooks come in with a 3-5 record after a great win against the Anchorage Glacier Pilots, winning that game 5-4. Coming into Chugiak are the Peninsula Oilers. They come in with a 2-7 record, hoping to change things around here. On the mound for your Chinooks, once again, is Noah Jones, starting pitcher from University of Redlands. In the field tonight for your Chinooks, in the squad and catcher, Alex Crotty. Luke Coffey at first base. Playing second base is Brandon Mitchie. At the hot corner tonight is Alex Schmidt. Playing shortstop is the Masters University product, Aaron Shackelford. In the outfield, we have Micah Priesen left. Jeremy Johnson controlling center field, and once again in right field, the Baylor Bear, Levi Gilcrease. The lineup for the Peninsula Oilers, leading off at second base, Josh Congdon. Playing center field and batting second, Kellen Strom. John Thomas, the shortstop, batting third in the cleanup hole. The first baseman, Jeremy Conant. Raymond Kerr, the DH, going to be batting fifth tonight. The right fielder batting sixth, Ryan Smith. And left field, Matthew Acosta. Batting seventh. In the eighth hole is Jonathan Vizcaino, playing the hot corner third base. And in the ninth hole in the squat tonight is Jack Bauer. Noah Jones comes in with an 0-2 record. An 0-1 record. After he was shaken up a little bit in his previous two occasions, looking to change his tune tonight. What a game last night we saw for the Chinooks. An impressive 5-4 win. And the Chinooks took lead in the bottom of the eighth thanks to a impressive slide by player of the game, Brandon Mitchie. And it's time to start Chinook baseball. Coming to the plate for the Oilers, number 4, Josh Congdon from Lynn Benton Community College. And the first pitch from Noah Jones. Outside for ball one. That's how this game is going to get started here. One 0 pitch. That's to Mitchie at second. Mitchie grounds the ball over to Coffey at first. That's a step off the plate. Gets the tag. And there's a 4-3 ground out, as Mitchie was not able to get that throw to the base. But nonetheless, Coffey was able to apply the tag. Kellen Strom comes to the plate out of San Jose State. Hitting .333 in this game in the season so far through 9 games played.
Batting for the Oilers, number 22, Kellen Strom.
Strom. Also a pitcher. Was a 13.5 ERA after pitching 2 innings so far in this league. 7 for 21, with 3 runs and 2 ribbies with 6 walks. Takes that one in for strike 1 as Jones quickly gets ahead of the center fielder Strom. 0-1 pitch, 1 away, top of the first. In there for strike 2, and Jones dealing in this at bat up in the count 0-2. The 0-2 pitch from Jones. Out in the dirt for ball 1. One-two pitch with 1 away here, top of the first. And the pitch from Jones. That's fouled off.
And that foul ball sponsored by Friends of Dan Sadler.
Noah Jones, a native of San Bernardino, California, a major in physics at the University of Redlands, has a 1-2 count against the Oilers center fielder. 1-2 pitch. And that's hit over to the shortstop, Shackelford. Shackelford has to hurry, and that's going to be an infield single for Strom. As that ball was hit rather softly there. And John Thomas, the shortstop out of USC, University of Southern California, steps to the plate. Hitting .214 so far in this league. Thomas, a left-handed shortstop, comes to the plate with 1 away here, top of the first. Runner on first. After Strom was able to get on board with an infield single. Jones could not locate that curveball, and now it's a 1-0 pitch coming up for Jones. Alex Crotty back in the squat tonight behind the dish out of Mercer University. And he'll be calling the pitches for the lefty, Noah Jones. 1-0 pitch, 1 away, top of the first. Misses inside once again for ball 2. .2-0 pitch coming up for the Chinook lefty. Stram on first after that infield single. 2-0 pitch. Misses just high for ball 3. And that's going to put John Thomas in the driver's seat here with a 3-0 count. That's in there for strike 1. As Jones is able to locate that fastball in. 3-1 pitch. John Thomas in the driver's seat with a hitter's count here. Strom stands at second. At first. And he's going to steal. Crotty puts up the throw to Shackelford. Shackelford lays down the tag. And that's going to be an out as Crotty was able to get out of that squat and throw over to second in time. And in the meanwhile, Noah Jones was able to locate that pitch. We have a full count now. Three-two pitch coming up for Jones with 2 away now. And that's hit over to left to Prees. Prees takes a few steps in. And that's going to do it in the top of the first. As the the Oilers get 1 on and 1 hit. We come back to the bottom of the first. Your Chinooks take their first tax of this ball game. And as we head to the bottom of the first, Mike Capri's, the left fielder for tonight, steps to the plate. Behind him is Levi Gilcrease. Batting third is Justin Gomez, the DH. In the cleanup spot is the shortstop, Aaron Shackelford. Brandon Mitchie, the second baseman, stands in the fifth spot after a solo home run last night and the player of the game. Luke Coffey batting sixth, playing first. Batting seventh is Alex Crotty in the squat tonight. Batting eighth is Alex Schmidtchen playing on the hot corner third base. And rounding things off and playing center field is Jeremy Johnson as Prees. Watches that one in for strike one. Prees has been off to a great start so far in this season for the Chinooks. And he's going to foul that one off. That's going to be an 0-2 count now. Prees hitting .303 in this game. And the 0-2 pitch. And that's hit over the third baseman. And that's going to be a foul ball called. And that hit was down to the third baseman, Jonathan Vizcaino. On the mound for the Peninsula Oilers, Preston Plavanich out of Texas A&M Kingsville. This past year for the Texas A&M Kingsville, the left-handed product, staying at 5'10", 185. Prees fouls that one away to keep the count 0-2. This past season, just finished up his sophomore year, went 6-1 in 10 appearances, the 3.95 ERA. The Texas A&M Kingsville. Prees, and that's going to be a swing and a miss, but he's going to get aboard on a drop third strike. And that's going to put a runner on board for the Chinooks for Levi Gilcrease, the Baylor Bear. Levi Gilcrease has been able to get some good contact, but just has had trouble finding some open ground here. And throws back over to Prees at first. In 43 innings pitched, Plavanich, the Oilers' starting pitcher, allowed 54 hits and 22 runs scored. And Gilcrease tried to put that bunt down, but couldn't make contact there, as it looked like he held up as he thought that was a ball. But nonetheless, a 1 count now coming up for the Chinook right fielder. On deck is Justin Gomez, the hard-hitting DH for tonight, as Prees takes his lead off first. Plavanich gets the call, and the 0-1 pitch. And Gilcrease is going to smoke that to right center, and that ball is going to drop in the gap. And Prees had to hold up there and was only able to get to second. And like I was saying before, Gilcrease was having trouble finding some green out there in the outfield, finds it tonight. And there's going to be 2 runners on now for the Chinooks for Justin Gomez. And just like Gilcrease, Gomez has had some trouble not making contact, just getting to the contact route where an opposing team member has been. Plavanich will now have to work with 2 runners on as Prees stands at second and Gilcrease at first, and Gomez fouls that one up high. And Vizcaino at third gave some chase, but ultimately that sails out of this field. Oh, 1 pitch to the DH, Justin Gomez. Swing and a miss by Gomez. And we're going to have a quick 0-2 hole here. Oh, 2 count now, facing the Azusa Pacific catcher. And Plavanich, the 0-2 pitch. And that's going to be hit out to right center as well. And that's going to drop. Prees is going to round third, and that's going to score. And that gets past everybody in the outfield. Gilcrease rounds third, and he is going to score. And Justin Gomez has a 2-run stand-up double. And the Chinooks take an early 2-0 lead here against the Oilers. And that's a big monkey off the bat for Gomez in the batter's box, as he's had some good hacks out there, but just has not been able to find some green in the outfield, and he finally does. And the Chinooks are well in business here as Aaron Shackelford comes to the plate. He's been having some big swings and misses out there, and he's hoping to cut down that strikeout total. Nobody out here. Gomez stands at second. And the pitch to Shackelford. Shackelford thought about the bunt, but going to take a ball one down low. And these past few games, the Chinook bats have finally woken up a little bit to give some life to this offense. Shackelford facing a 1-0 count. Shackelford rips that down the right field line, and that's going to be a fair ball. Shackelford got around first. Gomez is coming in to score, and Shackelford's going to try for 3. Shackelford digs in the third, sliding. Safe is the call. No contest. And the Chinooks have 3 on the board as Shackelford rips that one down the right field line. And the Chinooks, after 3 hits, have 3 runs on the board. What a shot down the right field line. And the Chinooks firmly in position here, up 3-0. Brandon Mitchie comes to the plate, had a solo shot last night, received player of the game, and we're going to have an early mound meeting here for the Oilers. Aaron Shackelford has been trying to find some field and for the most part, for these Chinooks, that's been the struggle, as they've no doubt can get good wood on these bats, but they have just not been able to find open ground. But that narrative has been changed tonight as Levi Gilcrease ripped a single that you could say might have been able to push for a double, but Mike Capri's at first had to do what his job was and make sure that ball was down, as that was a chance that could have been caught by the right fielder. He was able to find some good wood. Gomez was able to rip a double into right center as that was over the second baseman's head. And that we just saw Aaron Shackelford just got that ball to stay fair as the first baseman, Jeremy Conant, could not glove that one. And now Brandon Mitchie, after a solo shot last night, feeling confident, as he told me in the post-game interview after. I'm going to keep this alive for the Chinooks as they hold a 3-0 lead now over the Peninsula Oilers. And we're back here after that short mound meeting by the Oilers pitching coach, and Mitchie is going to send that to the outfield, and Shackelford gets ready at third. That's hit out to the right fielder, Ryan Smith. And there's the catch, Shackelford. And he's going to come in standing, and the Chinooks have a 4-0 lead early here. And what a way to start for the Chinooks. Brandon Mitchie would have liked to get on base, but he does his job nonetheless, getting that ball out to deep right field, and Shackelford comes in easy. Luke Coffey now stands up. Chinooks up 4. Plavanich finally able to get on the right track, it seems, as puts that one in for strike 1. 1 away here, bottom of the first. Chinooks up 4-0. And the pitch from the lefty. Down low for ball 1. Evens up the count 1-1. Luke Coffey from Westmont College, owner of the first regular season home run for the Chinooks, as in that impressive 4-3 win over the Miners, was able to rip one over the left field wall. As he watches that one bounce in for ball 2, the catcher, Jack Bauer, able to keep it in front of him. And the 2-1 pitch. And that one's down low for 3-1, and Luke Coffey feeling as confident as ever, as he had 2 doubles last night and a solo shot the night before. Is in the driver's seat here with a hitter's count of 3-1. 3-1 pitch. Down low for ball 4. And that gets away from Bauer. But nonetheless, Coffey is going to be put on first, as Alex Crotty, the Mercer Bear, comes to the plate. And the Chinooks firmly in the driver's seat position here. 4-0 lead. 1 out, runner on first. Alex Crotty yesterday had a good game to get his bat rolling, hopefully, as he takes that one inside for strike 1. A 1 pitch coming up for Plavanich. With 1 away here, and swinging a miss by Crotty. Quick 0-2 hole for the Mercer Bear. Stands at 6'1", 205. Just finished up his freshman year. And the 0-2 pitch for Plavanich with Coffee on first. 4-0 lead for the Chinooks. Down low for ball one. Good call by Karate to lay that off. On two pitch. With one away here. For the Texas A&M Kingsville left-hander. And swinging a miss by Karate. And that's going to put 2 outs now for the Chinooks as Alex Schmitz, the Oral Roberts, third baseman, now steps to the plate. Luke Coffey stands at first with 2 away here. 4-0 lead for the Chinooks. Schmitz a big swing and a miss. This past season, redshirted with the Oral Roberts baseball team. And Schmitz fouls that one off.
And that foul ball sponsored by Edward Jones Financial Investments.
0-2 count early for the Oyer left-hander. So far has allowed 4 runs on 3 hits. And we're not even done with the bottom of the first yet. Coffey stands at first after a walk. 0-2 pitch, 2 away, bottom of the first. And that's it, right back to the pitcher. Plavanich over to the first baseman, Conant. And that's going to do it, but not before. The Chinooks put 4 on the board thanks to 3 hits. And when we come back, Noah Jones once again going to stand on the hill as your Chinooks have a 4-0 lead. And we're back here in the top of the second. Number 32, Jeremy Conant, playing first base tonight, hitting .357 for the Oilers so far. Comes to the plate. Jones, the pitch. And that's a rip to Mitchie at second. Mitchie throws over to Coffey at first, and that's going to be a quick 1 out for the Chinooks. That's a 4-3 ground out as Raymond Kerr, the designated hitter, steps to the plate. Raymond Kerr from Laser College. I'll be honest, I have never heard of that before tonight. But nonetheless, Noah Jones has 1 out here in the top of the second, and that one's in for a strike 1 on that first pitch of the AB. Jones, the 0-1 count, with 1 away, top of the second. In the dirt for ball 1. And the 1-1 pitch. Inside for ball 2. Two 2-1 pitch for the Chinook lefty. With 1 away, top of the second. And that's ripped down the line in left field, and that's going to be a fair ball, and that's going to be trouble. Kerr rounds first, heads to second. And that's going to be a stand-up double for the Oiler DH. Prees did a good job there in left field, able to cut that ball off. As Kerr rounded those bases awfully quick, might have been able to stretch that out for a triple if that ball got all the way to the corner. Ryan Smith, the right fielder, steps to the plate now from Missouri Western, hoping to bring his teammate Kerr in from second with one away here in the top of the second. First pitch of the at-bat. In there for strike one. Jones facing with a runner on second and an 0-1 pitch coming up to the right-hander Ryan Smith playing right field tonight. Down low for ball one. Crotty able to keep that ball in front of him. One pitch. Up high for ball two. Two one pitch for Noah Jones on the mound. Kerr takes the lead off second. Up high for ball three. Hitters count now for the right fielder. 3-1 pitch, one away, top of the second. And that's foul to the backstop. And now Noah Jones has him where he wants him. In a full count of 3-2. 3-2 pitch. Coming up for the University of Redlands left-handed pitcher. 3-2 pitch. 4-0 lead for the Chinooks. One away, top of the second. That's another one foul to the backstop. Three-two pitch once more for Jones. Kerr takes his lead off second. Down low for ball four. And that's going to put two runners on for Matthew Acosta, the USC left fielder. And that USC is the Trojans of University of Southern California. One away here, top of the second. Raymond Kerr stands at second. Ryan Smith stands at first after that. Walk by Noah Jones. On deck is Jonathan Vizcaino, the third baseman, hoping to hit some hacks in this inning. Outside for ball one. And Jones having a little trouble with his command right now. Hoping to find that as soon as possible. One-0 pitch. Misses outside again for ball two. Dual pitch. Jones misses outside. And I thought that might have gotten in there for strike one, but nonetheless, Jones in danger of back-to-back walks here. To Matthew Acosta, 3-0 pitch. In there for strike one. You could say that was almost in the exact same position. Man in black has the final and ultimate say when it comes to this baseball game. 3-1 pitch to Matthew Acosta. Hitters count with runners on first and second, down 4-0. And that's ripped to right field. And Gilcrease is going to field that. And Kerr is going to be held up at right. And good decision as Gilcrease has a rifle out there in right field. And it could have been worse as now the bases are loaded for the Oilers, Jonathan Vizcaino, hitting .312 so far this season. Playing third base tonight, comes to the plate. Raymond Kerr stands at third. He had to hold up a little bit as that ball did hang up in the air, and you didn't know if the right fielder Gilcrease was able to get to that. Third base coach for the Oilers with a wise decision to hold Kerr at third as Gilcrease has an arm out there and right. Vizcaino to Mitchie. Mitchie, 4, 6, 3, double play. And the Chinooks get out of a bases-loaded situation to keep a 4-0 lead. And when we come back, the Chinooks take their hacks in the bottom of the second inning. Number 14, Jeremy Johnson steps to the batter's box for the Chinooks. As the Chinooks have a 4-0 lead here as we head to the bottom half of the second. Johnson just able to get some wood on that, and that's going to be a one-pitch ground out, and not what Johnson wanted. As I don't even think he meant to really fully swing that. Nonetheless, a ground out for Johnson, and we come to the top of the order, Mike Capriz, who after was able to get on base due to a drop third strike, started that four-run rally in the bottom of the first. As Plavanich misses down low for ball one. And Preece fouls that one. And Vizcaino gives chase, and that ball is going to drop in front of the Chinook bullpen. That one is in for ball two. 2-1 pitch coming up for Plavanich. To the center fielder. Preece, another foul ball, evens up the count. 2-2 now. 2-2 pitch. Coming up now for the Oilers. Left-hander, Plavanich, the 2-2 pitch. Preece watches that one bounce in the dirt to load up the count full now. And Preece now works with a full count here with one away, bottom of the second. Chinooks up 4-0. Plavanich, the windup and the pitch. And that one's ripped out to center field. Well, that dies out there. Is Kellen Strom able to get under that one? 2 away now for the Baylor right fielder, Levi Gilcrease.
At the plate for your Chinooks, number 10, Levi Gilcrease.
Gilcrease had a single and then scored in his last at-bat 1 inning ago. Justin Gomez, the DH, stands on deck. The 2-out pitch. Gomez lays down. Gilcrease lays down a perfect bunt on the third base side. Safe is the call. And that's a 2-out bunt single. To keep things alive here is Justin Gomez now steps to the plate with runner on first and 2 away here for the Chinooks. the bottom of the second. He had a 2 RBI double in his last at-bat. Hoping to do the same thing of sorts in this at-bat right now. That ball was ripped over the second baseman's head in the bottom of the first and just corralled to the wall in right center. Gilcrease takes his lead off first. Plavanich takes his call. Gilcrease is going to steal, and he slides in. And that's going to do it for the Chinooks as Plavanich went for the pickoff attempt at first. Gilcrease could not read that feed, and he gets thrown out trying to steal second. And when we come to the top of the third, the Chinooks hold a 4-0 lead. And as we're back in the top of the third, Jack Bauer up to the plate now for the Chinooks. I am joined by Tyler Weekly out of Charleston Southern University. Tyler, how are you doing?
I'm doing great today. Today's a blessing. I get to come out here, watch a lot of baseball, some
Amen.
background, and I get to be up in here with you.
Well, I think that's the best part. No offense to God's beauty, as Jones puts that one in for ball one. Now, Tyler, you had a great outing last night. How did it feel on the mound there?
It felt pretty good. The ball was a little up yesterday, so that's something I got to work on in the upcoming days. Try to get everything back down to be successful.
As that ball is ripped down the line, foul.
Chris and I have a game plan that we're working with, and we're just putting that into effect and just running with it and seeing how it goes for the rest of the summer.
Now, Tyler, you have one of the more interesting stories when it comes to how you got here. 23 years old, right?
22.
22. Two back-to-back redshirt years. How exactly has your baseball career gone? Take us through. I've actually talked about when you were on the mound as Jones hits that one right back to him, and he's going to throw over to Catherine for one out. I've talked about kind of your surgeries and your on. Kind of take us through where are you mental-wise when you're on that mound, knowing that you've had those injuries in the past?
Luckily, I had a really great doctor. John DeVries did an excellent job with taking care of me, as well as my athletic trainer. Initially, after UCL reconstruction, I was pretty nervous getting back up there, just because it's about a year-long rehabilitation. And whenever I started throwing, everything felt really good, but just getting over the mental block of being able to throw the ball full steam again after not being able to do it for probably 10 months or so, it was difficult to do. But once you just kind of get over that hump, you don't really think about it out there when you're pitching. You just kind of go out there and just get everything done.
And Shackelford with an impressive grab over there at short. Now, speaking of Shackelford and the guys out there, how has it been, a little bit farther along in your baseball career, a little bit older than some of these guys? How has it been getting to know these guys this summer?
Luckily, this team, we got a lot of great guys. You got Crotty behind the plate. He's fun to be around. You got Schmitty over there at third. He's a real down-to-earth guy. He's funny. Shaq at short. He's always
a character.
He's always a pleasure to be around. You got the Aussie at second. Takes a couple of days to get used to the accent. Got Luke over there at first. Real quiet guy.
Real quiet. I think he said about 5 words when he's not asked a direct question.
Levi out there and right. One of the greatest guys I've ever been around.
Yeah.
Great personality. Extremely nice. He's just real down to earth. We got Jeremy now from Auburn out there at center field.
He's a bit of a talker out there in center.
Loves talking, so he's always fun to be around. He'll get his words in. He'll be more than happy to get to know you. He asks a lot of questions. He actually has an interest in communications and stuff. So he may be coming up here one day to join.
Well, I need to get him in here as that ball was hit over to right, and Gilcrease trying to throw that back to first. Speaking of Gilcrease, what an arm out there in right.
One of the best arms I've ever seen.
Oh.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, I want to get him out there clocking on the mound. As he's actually talked to me about a few times when he gets his single out there in right, or whichever position he's playing out there, trying to throw behind the runner. Now, you mentioned a lot of these guys. You did not mention a guy from your school with a beard.
Oh, Eddie, it's because he's down there in the bullpen.
Talking about Eddie.
Taking a nap right now, to be honest with you. But,
Yeah, when you talk about characters, he's one of the most interesting guys I've ever met.
oh, without a doubt, Eddie does Eddie, and you fall in love with it. He's a great guy to be around. He'll do a lot of things. He'll always have your back. You always got to have his. He's one of the best guys you could be around, without a doubt. Great teammate.
Now, when you came here with not only Eddie, but with Jamison Mobbs, how has it been coming with – and Jones tried to pick off the runner, and that's going to do it in the top of the third. Well, Tyler's going to be with us when we come to the bottom half, so we're going to take a short break, and Tyler is going to talk about him and his time up here with his teammates from Charleston Southern. The Chinooks hold a 4-0 lead. And as we're back here in the bottom of the third, once again joined by Tyler Weekly. Justin Gomez takes that one in for ball one, with Plavich is still on the mound in there for strike one. You don't have to count 1-1. Tyler, before we went to break, you were talking about coming here with your two other teammates. How has that been with them and kind of growing together as Gomez swings and misses for strike two?
Coming to play, especially it was a 12-hour flight out here for us. So coming with two guys you already knew coming in, it's definitely an advantage for us. We've grown closer since we've been here, but being able to come out here, a lot of these guys came out here, by themselves and whatnot, and they kind of had to get to know everybody. But for Eddie and Jamison and I, we were able to, just kind of use our friendship to kind of spread it to other people, and I felt like it made talking to other guys a lot easier because we were comfortable around each other, so I felt like it helped everybody else just kind of settle in a lot quicker.
Well, that's something I was going to say is Gomez swings and misses for a strikeout for out number one. It seems like you guys, you three just being friends and already having that communication, you guys, as I'm sure there's been in some summer leagues, obviously it's very easy to stay with just talking to them. Aaron Shackelford now, the shortstop, steps to the plate with one away here in the bottom of the third. But you guys have done a great job of just not really being around each other and kind of hovering with each other, branching out. And I think, I want to commend you for that because you guys have definitely kind of taken up the mantle as, always saying hi to each other and always making sure everybody's involved team-wise. How has it been necessarily? Now, have you pitched in Summer League before?
Yes, I threw in the Valley League 2 summers ago.
In the Valley League. And where exactly did you pitch?
New Market, for the New Market Rebels.
Where's that located?
In the middle of nowhere in Virginia. about a town of maybe about 300 people. But
Oh,
what's great about that is the guys I played with there. I'm actually really good friends with a couple of them, and even though we just played for those short couple of weeks together, a lot of us we still hang out together. We'll drive up, down, and forth, and hang out over the summer, and just find time during breaks to still talk and hang out and whatnot. So the relationships you build over summer ball are some that will never end. So it's really cool to get out here, meet a new group of guys, and we've already, like you said, we're already meshing pretty well together. The
hmm
other week we all went on a hike together. I think we had probably 15 guys coming with us. So it's really cool, especially out here. You're able to see some wildlife. We saw a couple bears on the hike. We're able to see a waterfall, see some rivers and whatnot. So I mean, it's a lot of things. A lot of guys, including myself, we won't see back home or anywhere except for here. So it's a great opportunity for us to get out and
Now you've been talking about the team kind of meshing, and then you down in Virginia. How has it been the difference between? Now that was not an AAA team; that was just a strict summer league team, correct?
Yep.
How has that been coming here when you have the whole faith factor? How has that been as Brandon Mitchie now steps to the plate as he sends that one foul? How has that been in terms of the difference facing a regular summer team versus a team that's very focused on you as a person?
Yeah, I mean and the way to answer that is I mean the fellowship on this team's a lot better. We have discipleship every single day that we have a game, so you're able to grow closer to God and walk that path with Christ. But at the same time, you're doing it with guys that you come out with every day, and you're able to share that faith. We're sharing our testimonies and everything, and it's just a great opportunity to really get to know people and like their backgrounds, where they come from, some of the hardships they face.
As that ball sent out to right field, and that's off the wall in right field, and Mitchie has a stand-up double for the Chinooks.
But yeah, so like I was saying, like you're able to really get to know these guys. The summer I was in Virginia, you just kind of get to know them from a baseball level. Like you get to know them as a baseball player. From a person standpoint, you'll get to know a few guys a little bit better than the other ones just from being around them. But we're together probably 12 hours a day, and you get to talk about your faith, where you're at with Christ, your struggles, your hardships, what God's really done in your life to help you out. So everything is just much deeper.
And Coffee belts that one to left field, and that ball is off the wall in left field, and Coffee is going to come in a second. Mitchie scores from second, and the Chinooks up 5-0. Tyler, these bats are alive.
Yeah,
These
those
bats are
two
alive.
very well struck balls. I thought that one was getting out, but the ball doesn't fly here too well.
And if you didn't notice, I got a little bit into that one as I thought that was going to be a home run call. But anyway, you were talking about you keep on going on the meshing and kind of how you guys are really coming together as a team.
But
Alex
yeah, so I mean,
Crotty
at the
steps to the
beginning
plate.
of the year, we were struggling a little bit. I mean, a lot of these guys were just getting used to hitting with the wood bats and stuff. But being able to talk all day or for the afternoon, kind of about.
And Mitchie and Crotty sends that into left field, and here comes Coffee from second, and the Chinooks. Tyler, these bats just aren't going to stop. Your pitching's going to have to keep up with these bats now.
No kidding. I don't know, man. I see a lot of zeros up there from the staff.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, so I mean, as I was saying, like we started out this year a little rough. I think we started out the year 1-5 or so, something like that.
Let's go with that. Let's go with
Yeah,
that.
and then but the longer we've been able to do these discipleships and really get to know people, and then we all hang out on off days, whether it's hiking together, fishing together, just kind of hanging out around the houses. We've definitely
Definitely.
a lot stronger
Definitely.
bond. We guys are looking forward to coming out here just to get out here and hang out with all the guys, tell jokes, laugh a lot, just kind of mess around. Like we'll have, before the game, we'll have all the pitchers taking all the grounders in the field now and just kind of let the hitters just kind of do their own thing, since they do all the work and we just kind of throw a ball. And if we're not throwing a ball, we're just relaxing for the day, eating cookies in the dugout.
That's true. Well, apparently pizza's the new thing.
Oh yeah, we order some pizzas down at the bullpen. You got to stay stocked, ready to go.
And the Chinooks hold the 6-0 lead here as Jeremy Johnson steps to the plate now.
But yeah, we ordered us the Great Alaskan Pizza Company. Got 4 pepperoni, 4 sausages. It was a big hit. We had a great
4. Wow.
had 8 pizzas total. Got a great deal on them. They had a little special going, so that's what you were going for. It's what you like.
Well, if I had to predict, was the 6'7" Scott Smith the owner of the most pieces eaten?
We had enough pitches where we split it up amongst 4 apiece.
Got it.
But I'd put it's a safe guy to put your money on.
Mm.
He'll get into some pizza now.
Well, I'll be honest. Now I'm kind of craving pizza a little bit.
Hey, we can order some, bring it up here.
I could. I don't know if I can get out of this box and have enough time to do that. It's Alex Schmitz, excuse me, not Jeremy Johnson. Jeremy Johnson's on the on-deck circle. Has a 1-2 count now with Karate standing at first after that RBI single. 1-2 pitch coming up for Plavanich. That's hit to the third baseman. Vizcaino throws over to second base. Josh Congdon as he steps on the plate. And Tyler, if you don't mind, want to stick around for one more inning?
I'd love to stick around. Having a blast.
And that's going to do it as Schmitz grounds out to third. And we'll be back. 6-0 lead for the Chinooks on 2 runs on 2 hits. 6-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th. And as we head back to the top of the 4th, John Thomas, the shortstop, up to the plate. We're joined once again by Tyler Weekly as the Chinooks hold a 6-0 lead here. Jones puts that one in for ball 1. Now Tyler has a pitcher on the mound. How has it been umpire-wise so far?
Surprisingly, it's actually been really well. Given the weather up here, a lot of these guys, I wouldn't imagine get an umpire, too much baseball and whatnot. But for most of the games, it's been really well. Couple questionable calls here and there, but that's to be expected, and it happens at every level. So you just kind of try to ignore the fact that obviously not everything's going to be perfect or go your way, but sometimes it gets the best of you, and you get a little frustrated with it.
It's funny you say that. The hitters, I doubt, might not agree with you on that, as there have been some questionable. Good for you on the mound, but down in the batter's box, not sure if they would agree. 2-1 pitch coming up for Jones to the Oilers shortstop. Puts that one in for strike 2. How has it been? I was able to talk to Daniel Sweeney and Mike Batten about this, and Noah Jones is on the mound. Getting to know these catchers. How has that been? I mean, you didn't know these guys before, and the catcher and the pitcher relationship is so key to not only your success on the mound, but a team success. Take us through that as Jones gets Thomas' swing. Mitchie throws over to Coffey, and there's a 4-3 ground out. But take us through kind of that relationship with Alex Crotty, Justin Gomez, and Adam Rojas, and how that is going so far.
So obviously the first couple of times you throw with them, it's usually a process to get in a rhythm with each other. But luckily, it hadn't really been much of a process. We have 3 really good catchers, as you can tell that they're gunning guys down at second base.
Oh yeah,
about every time. Adam, him and I were on the same page probably by the second inning we threw together.
Wow, that's awesome.
It was real fun to throw with him. Gomez and I yesterday, we were clicking pretty well. I felt like I didn't have any disagreements with any of his pitch calling or anything. He worked hard behind the plate for me, and it was actually really fun being able to throw to him. And then I haven't been able to throw to Crotty yet, but him and I actually ride around in the van together. He's on one of our routes to pick him up, so him and I already got great team chemistry together.
As Micah Pre's able to track that one down in left field.
So whenever I get the opportunity to actually throw with him, it won't be much of a problem being able to get on the same page, as him and I already have a really strong relationship, and we're telling jokes to each other the entire game, and just overall bonding really well together.
Talking about throwing jokes. How is the locker room presence? I mean, is it different back at Charleston Southern, or is there a difference? I mean, obviously, I don't want to say, we're Christians and we do this, no whatever is Kerr. It's that, and the Mitchie feels that, and he can't feel that. And that's going to be an error on the second baseman, Brandon Mitchie, as Kerr gets on base due to an error. But take us through, I mean, how is the locker room, and how do you feel, and how's that been different?
Honestly, we don't really hang out in the locker room too much here. I mean, the weather out here, it's always really cool. So a lot of guys, like being outside. Well, you come out here and you can run around for, a couple hours and you wouldn't even break a sweat. Whereas back home, it's probably about 95 right now. So a lot of guys are trying to stay inside. So back home, I mean, we're definitely in the locker room a lot more, just hanging out, telling jokes and whatnot. But here, I mean, we come out here, we'll play a little game of football before. We'll run some routes for our conditioning. Like I said earlier, we'll let the pitchers, we'll get in the infield, we'll hit fungos to each other. We'll hit a little BP to throw BP to ourselves and hit it. We'll just have a great time being out here and having a good baseball presence, just kind of doing things that we wouldn't be able to do back at our schools.
Now, speaking of your school, Charleston Southern, I was able to talk to Eddie a little bit as Jones puts that one in for a swing and a miss, strike one. How is it down at Charleston Southern? You're playing for what conference is that in?
The Big South.
Big South. How is that competition-wise? I mean, I was talking to Mike Batten yesterday, and he was saying it's actually harder here because you're facing guys, whether pitching, they're 1-2 for their staff. They're the top guys usually at their pitching staff, as Noah Jones able to put that one in for an 0-2 hole. How is it competition-wise?
The competition out here is really good. I mean, you got a lot of guys from, very respectable schools such as Gonzaga. You got a couple of guys from Arizona State and Tennessee,
USC
and
USC,
Baylor. Mercer, we got catchers from Mercer. That's a dominant school in the Southern Conference.
My favorite school, GCU, is represented.
Grand Canyon. But yeah, I mean, the Big South, we actually have a really good baseball conference. We got Liberty, who's been a really good team. PC was really good this year. Presbyterian College. Every game you play in our conference is very competitive. We're a very pitch heavy conference. And then we got a lot of guys that can just swing the bat throughout the lineup. So every year it's a toss up for who's gonna be in the lead of the conference.
And that was a foul. A fly out to the third baseman, Alex Schmitz. And we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk more about Tyler Weekly's college game as well. The Chinooks are going to come to the plate up 6-0. And as we're back here in the bottom half of the fourth, Jeremy Johnson takes a strike one to ace an 0-1 count early. Now, Tyler, we were talking about at the end of the top of the fourth, kind of the competition. Take us through when, as that's down in the dirt for ball one, coming here. How is it, with these other guys in the bullpen and facing these other pitchers in there? Is there any tension facing, kind of competing with these other pitchers up here for the Chinooks for playing time and getting starts? How is that so far? As Johnson rips that out into left field, and that's caught by the left fielder Matthew Acosta for a loud out number one. But take us through how that process is going.
No, there's no tension, as there shouldn't be, over summer ball. Everybody's going to get innings in. You play summer ball to develop, and a lot of the guys understand that. So we're all very supportive of each other. We really want to see everybody succeed and go back to their respective colleges at the end of the year and be able to perform, the way that we've, as a staff, have been able to perform thus far into the year. So there's no tension whatsoever. A lot of the guys are actually extreme. Actually, every person is happy with how things are being operated right now by our pitching coach, Chris Beck. So everybody's been able to, get their fair share of innings so far and just develop their game and continue on as the summer keeps going.
That's been something I've heard and we talked about it even before the game, just, having that mindset of it's summer ball. And Gilcrease hits that one out on the left as left fielder Matthew Acosta gives some chase. That's going to be a deep out, and that's going to do it in the bottom half of the fifth. And that was a pretty.
Yeah, that was a fast inning.
That was a really fast inning. Excuse me, that was the bottom of the fourth. Tyler, you mind sticking around?
I'd love to.
Love to. And we head to the top of the fifth. Chinooks hold a 6-0 lead. And we're back here in the top of the fifth. Matthew Acosta takes that one low for ball one from the University of Redland. Left-hander Noah Jones. Tyler Weekly once again back with us. Tyler, it seems like you're a natural at this broadcast thing.
Not too bad at it. Kind of having a good time. I have to come join you up here.
It's pretty fun, isn't it?
Yeah, I can get used to this.
I mean, you can say whatever you want and just talk about baseball. It's kind of the life of this beautiful view, too. Can't get old.
Get a look into the mountains the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe see a moose come down over that hill. They said it had.
That's what I was about to say.
Said it has happened many times before. They'll just come out and look over the fence and just kind of watch, and then they'll walk across the parking lot and continue on in the mountains over there to our right.
And a 2-1 pitch coming up from Jones as Acosta fouls that one to even up the count 2-2. How have these fans been so far?
The fans have actually been really awesome.
Kind of one of their own.
Yeah, they definitely get into the game. They're very respectable. They love coming up and talking to you and getting to know you a little bit.
As Acosta rips out into center field, Johnson dives and can't get a hold of that one. Gilcrease Spiles throws to second. Not in time. As that's going to be a single with an air there. as Acosta. Johnson. Now, Tyler, did you see it looked like it bounced out of his glove out there in center?
Yeah, I think he had it initially, but whenever he hit the ground, it's pretty hard outfield. So it's definitely it'll knock the wind out of you when you take a hard dive like that, and I think that's what happened. Got a very good read on it. I didn't think that ball had too much of a chance of being caught, but in his couple of days here, he's displayed excellent range out there. And
Heck, that's what I said. Even in batting practice, his speed and his range, and
he gets
impressive.
He gets unreal jumps on the ball, and he's able to take for sure hits and definitely make them into something that's like it's very questionable as if it's going to be a hit or not. A lot of guys will kind of coast into the base probably on that, but he definitely made that one a tough hit, needless to say.
Definitely. Our outfield, we've been seeing it. I mean, these are 3 center fielders out there, and they're fighting for playing time, but they're enjoying it. Yeah, how has it been? Go ahead.
I know our left fielder, Micah, he's a center fielder at their school, but I mean, when you got selfless guys like we do on this team, he has no problem going over there, moving the left field and playing left field for us and letting Jeremy take over center. And I think Levi loves right field, especially with the arm he has.
Well, actually, talking to him, he loves center field. Obviously, Levi has the type of attitude. He'll play, even if you put him on the mound, he will not complain. But you were right with that arm out and right. I mean, I kind of compared him to a Yasiel Puig out there and right. Obviously, center field gets all the glitz and glamour, as the Oilers have runners on first and second now after an infield single by Vizcaino.
Yeah, I definitely put a little bit of money I got to my name. I'd put it all that Levi has the best arm.
Oh, I'm not a betting man anyway, but I'm not going to take that one. As there's a bunt now for Jack Bauer, the catcher. Jones fields that. That's a throw over to Mitchie at second. That's going to be an aggressive out number 1 as the catcher Jack Bauer does his job. It's top of the order. Josh Congdon comes to the plate now.
It's a questionable bunt there. Being down 6, you're about halfway through the game. At this point, those 2 runs, yeah, they'll cut the lead down, but you need more base runners more than you need those 2 runs. You really want to try to keep something going and not, sacrifice an out, because as a pitcher right here, you don't want to give up those 2 runs, obviously, but you'll definitely take an out right there.
As that ball's hit over
see,
to Schmitz. Schmitz is coming home, and a karate gonna apply the tag. Now, Tyler, we were just talking about a 6-0 lead. I'm surprised Schmitz went home there.
Well, that's just being down 6-0 there as a base runner. You really want to be able to see that ball through. Your run doesn't really mean that much right there. Like I said, that's why I thought that bunt right there was a little questionable, because you need base runners. And now that you gave him a free out, and then you just gave him another out just like that. Great play by Schmitz there. Great awareness to go home at knowing that he had a great beat on that guy. So now, they know it kind of worked himself into a jam a little bit, first and second, no outs, but he took the out, and then he had a great pitch and able to get a guy down at home. Now he's got 2 outs, and he's really worked himself out of it. He's 1 pitch away from getting out of a first and second, no outs situation clean.
Now with runners on the corners here, 2 away in the top of the 5th. Chinooks still up 2-0 as Jones misses down low.
Like I just tried to pick that ball off the ankle. He actually picked his leg up and tried to let it hit him.
Well, I've seen that a few times for Chinooks. I've been saying, let it hit you when it was early in the season. Something to get runners on base, but now it seems like our hitters are alive and well. Has a 2-0 pitch from Jones, and it misses up high for ball 3. And you even probably were a little surprised at some of these calls. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I didn't think that one was up anyway. I guess that's where he saw it. He saw it a little up.
I thought it
was below the belt. So
well, that's for sure. I will say the umpires have been very consistent. As Jones puts that one in for strike 1.
Yeah, they're definitely consistent. If they don't like a certain spot, they won't give it to you one way or the other. That's for sure. But that's all you can ask for is consistency.
That's true.
Calls.
And I guess as a pitcher, even if you're not getting your calls, knowing that they're called the same kind of as a pitcher on the mound, I would guess it. Even though you would like those calls, as Jones misses inside for ball 4.
Yeah, you definitely, obviously, there's certain calls, you want the low ball umpire that'll definitely give you the low ball. That's where pitchers like to live. You want to be down in the zone. But if the umpire doesn't give that to you, if maybe he's giving you a ball off, a ball in, if he's consistent with that, you're able to definitely work with moving in and out of the plate. And I mean, obviously you're down in the zone. Hitters are going to swing at it. I mean, the pitch looks good enough out of the hand. They're trying to get a good barrel on it. So just kind of work with the umpire and then try to see what you can get from there.
As John Thomas, the shortstop, steps to the plate, bases loaded here with 2 outs, and Jones, like Tyler was saying before, hoping to work himself out of another jam. Now, Tyler, early in the season, I mean, you come here, and all these pitchers do, yes, you're going to give all you have for this team. This isn't your main priority. How has it been working with Chris in terms of pitch counts and inning limits, and how has that been?
He's really great about it. He played pro ball, so he has a lot of knowledge in regards to, the pitching mechanics. Maybe something just on that day isn't going well for you. He's able to give you a really quick adjustment on it. He has a lot of savvy with arm health. He's very important on building up stamina. So, as you notice, a lot of our starters, their first couple of times out only went 3 to 4 innings because we were all on low pitch counts. But as the summer progresses on, we'll start working our way up and start throwing 6, 7, 8 innings at a time and just really working deep into the games like Noah is right here.
And that's going to be a ground out to Brandon Mitchie at second. Noah works out of another hole. And when we come back, Chinooks hold a 6-0 lead, headed to the bottom of the 5th.
Got our DH, number 25, Justin Gomez, coming up to plate. He's been putting a lot of really great swings on the ball. And as I said, that he actually took a first pitch slider and hit it off the end of the bat for a weak first out. But you got to like the aggressiveness. Probably not the first pitch you want to swing at, but being that he is a swinger and we're up 6-0, a lot of pitchers will go up there and just try to flip a first pitch fastball up. But it looked like that was more of a slider kind of cutter, not too much action on it. So took it off the end of the bat. But coming up now, we have our shortstop, number 8, Shaq. I don't even know his first name, to be honest with you. Takes the first pitch. Want to get a little rest for our starting pitcher over there, as we have nobody warming up in the bullpen, although we have about 6 pitchers stretching right now. Shaq takes it off right under the armpit. Didn't look like it got him too bad. Kind of jogged down there, laughed a little bit. Now we got our Australian man coming up. Brandon Michie is our second baseman. And with him, he obviously is from Australia. He's got a very strong accent that took a lot of guys a couple of days to get used to, but it's actually really cool being able to listen to him and hear what he's got to say, given that he's got such a different culture than a lot of us. I believe he actually plays ball in the U.S. during the year, even though he lives over there in Australia. So that's actually really cool that he was able to, come over here and then play ball, especially come out to Alaska for the summer, being so far away from home. My favorite thing about Michi is that he doesn't get cheated on his swings. Every swing he takes is about 120%. He hit a ball yesterday that off the bat sounded like a gunshot went off and went about 20 feet into the parking lot behind. 20 feet behind into the parking lot over there in right field. As Shaq gets a good dirt ball read right there, able to advance a base, which is crucial. You know, putting on some insurance runs right here, really big late in the game. Just want to keep the pressure on, stay aggressive, and really just keep tacking on the runs. It's a great 2-1 swing right there. He was sitting dead red on the fastball, got one, just happened to be under it a little bit and fouled it straight back. But he didn't get cheated on it. If he would have hit that ball, it may have been another one that went into the parking lot, especially if the wind's blowing out a little bit now. Good fight off. That was a great slider. Started about the middle, broke off a couple inches off the outside part of the plate, and he was able to just stick the bat head out there and fight it off. Try to get himself another pitch. Maybe he'll make a mistake here and he'll be able to put something down the line or up the middle. Got a mistake pitch. Just happened to run in a little bit. Fouled it off. Still alive. I think he's up to about 7 pitch at bat now. He's been hanging out with 2 strikes now for a couple of pitches, just fighting off good pitches from the Oilers pitcher. Ooh, another mistake pitch right there. Left the slider up. Just happened to be slow enough to keep Michi off balanced. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a fastball here, maybe something in on the hands. That was a slow, elevated off speed. Looks like they're setting up inside here. See what we go with. It went fastball. Happened to miss the spot. Missed high and away. Michi's still fighting pitches off. I think it's about the 5th foul ball in a row we've had. And he's still taking 110% swings, which you love to see. See what he goes with here. He shook off something. Probably wanted to go back to the slider, maybe. And he did. Great pitch. Got it down and away. Just happened to roll over on it. Still a productive at bat. Got the runner over to third base. Now pass ball gets another run in. Got a red hot Luke Coffey coming up. Really put a charge in the ball last time. Thought he actually hit one out. It's got a home run earlier in the year. So let's see what he's able to do here. He's been seeing lefties really well. He's been hitting the ball extremely hard his past couple of games. He's gotten his batting average up to about 330 now. I think he's leading the team, probably one of the top in the league. Takes a first pitch fastball outside. Thought it was a little up, but guess not. Ooh. Thought that pitch was better than the last one, but that one happened to be a ball, so maybe a little makeup call. Not too sure right there. Do want to give a shout out to my parents. They're watching right now. Big fan of Caleb.
Thank you for the weekly family.
They really enjoy tuning in, watching the Chinooks play.
Well, they must love you taking over the broadcast for me.
Oh man, I don't know. They're probably wondering what I'm doing right now. They probably think I'm lost.
Well, no, you're doing a great job as I'm trying to figure out this scorebook. As Chinook fans who have watched this have known, I'm still trying to get used to this. This is only my 3rd time using it. So
I don't know, man. I'm like a puppy in the woods, and now I'm watching a guy fly down the hill on a bike. Can they see that on there? I don't think they could. But that was awesome. Did you see that?
I did see that. Apparently, they use that all over the place.
Be a fun hill to slide.
There is a fun hill. Apparently, that's what they do in the snow time in the winter.
Yeah, I mean, I do it once, but I'm.
Oh boy,
Coffee with about his 4th bat throw of the in 2 games. It's always exciting.
That's a loud out. Number 3. And Tyler, impressive job. As
Yeah,
you might
not
have to
bad.
open up the bottom of the top of the sixth.
Yeah, we'll see about that one. I'm a little puppy in the woods right now, but we'll get better at it as we go along.
Well, the Chinooks hold a 6-0 lead as we head to the top of the sixth as the Oilers come to the plate.
Conant coming up for the Oilers. Takes a first pitch fastball for a strike. Believe we're in the top of the sixth now with the Chinooks with a 6-0 lead. Noah Jones still out there pitching. His longest outing of the summer thus far. Gets a weak grounder to first base for an easy out, number one. Great way to start the inning, a little 2-pitch out. Still no action in the bullpen, so looks like this is Noah's game thus far. Got a couple of pitchers moving around down there, but it may just be to keep warm. Got a cool breeze going on right now, and a lot of us are from the beaches, so when the clouds are out and the wind's going, we all tend to get a little cold. Another first pitch strike to start this batter. You got Raymond Kerr coming up from Laser College. A little lefty on lefty matchup. Noah's been dominant this far in the game. It's ahead 0-2 now. Great little two-seamer off the plate, run it back over. Get ahead 0-2 on the count. I'm going to leave the slider up there a little bit, but not too sure what Kerr saw right there. Got a high and inch slider and looked like he was swinging a sword right there. Another slider went back to it. Got that one down and away. It was a good little battle off swing right there to keep himself alive in the count. Wind is still blowing out. Fastball low and away, a couple inches off the plate. Probably a pitch just to set up his next one. See if we can get him leaning a little bit. Maybe bust him in. See if they go with. Looks like we're going in. Wanted a fastball in, just happened to leave it a little down and away. So now we're 2-2's the count. Sets him up real well for this pitch now. Just try to show in. Probably going with a slider here, and they do. Happened to get his bat head out in front and hit a line drive into the 4-hole. Thought about trying to go to second there, but forgot that we have the best arm in Alaska out in right field. The casual laser beam into second base. So we got a guy on first now with one out. Ryan Smith coming up from Missouri Western. They're a right fielder. Just like to see what Noah likes to start him out with. Another bunt. Went for a push bunt there. Again, it's one of those things late in the game. I mean, you want base runners there. So if you're gonna try to do a push bunt, you definitely want to make sure you can get it past the pitcher, which he wasn't able to do right there. It's a good thought trying to get base runners, but you got to be for certain that you're able to get it by them. Otherwise, you're just giving them free outs, which he just did right there. So, guy on second now with 2 outs. Matthew Acosta right now from USC, California boy. He is their left fielder. A little lefty on lefty matchup. So, ooh, good miss by Noah right there. 2-seamer down in the zone. Good late life action. Thought it was a pretty good pitch, but I guess he saw it down a little bit. 1-0's the count. Throws him a slider, gets a weak contact. Meach able to get over there and make the play, and we are out of the inning unscathed again. Still 6-0 Chinooks going into the bottom of the 6th. In the pitch in the bottom of the 6th for the Oilers is Billy Clemens. Started out with a first pitch fastball that was in, just threw a slider right there, hit it off the handle. Made it sound like it actually broke the bat a little bit for a quick out number 1. Coming up, now we have Schmitty from Oral Roberts. That's his nickname. His real name's Alex Schmitz. Good old boy from Oklahoma. Great personality, very nice guy. Love to see him get into a ball right here, something in the gap. Takes the first pitch fastball down and in. Yeah. The 0-1 pitch coming in here is a slider. Weakly hit to third base. So far, Clemens is gone. Fastball in, followed by a slider both times. See if he sticks to his approach here as Jeremy Johnson from Auburn comes up.
Coming to the plate for the Chinooks, number 14, Jeremy Johnson.
Jeremy with a fantastic walkout. Despacito by, I think it's Daddy Yankee. I'm not too sure. Takes a first pitch fastball, so there it is. Let's see if he comes back with the slider that he's done the previous 2 batters. Shakes it off. He went with the slider. So he's thrown fastball slider for the first 2 guys. Usually they got him out on the slider. So now we get our third pitch. See what he goes to here. Kind of get him known a little bit. Shakes off again. Went back to a fastball. Missed low and away. Now we got a 2-1 count. Three-one count now to old Jeremy. See what he does here. Probably sitting dead red, something middle in. Something he can get the bat head out onto and drive it into a gap. Got a walk on 5 pitches. Now we have Mike Capri's coming up, the left fielder. He's been seeing the ball really well his entire time here in Alaska so far. See if he can get into a ball here, put something in the gap. Potentially score Jeremy from first base. Get a little insurance runs. There's the fastball in. Let's see if he goes back to the slider like he's done the previous 3 batters. Went back to the slider. So he's done that 4 batters in a row now. He's having a hard time finding the zone as of late. He's thrown, I believe, 6 straight balls now, all of them missing low and glove side towards the left-hander's batter's box. Catcher goes out there to try to calm him down, let him regroup a little bit, catch his breath. Maybe try to find something in the zone on this pitch. Would expect a very aggressive swing right here from Micah being 2-0. You know he's going to come up with a fastball. And it looks like we're about to get joined back by Caleb, who we've all greatly have missed.
Tyler, if you ever underappreciative of taking score, do not, as I'm finally back as Prees sends that 2-0 pitch out to left field. And right as I'm back, we're going to take a short break. Tyler, you're not allowed to leave in case that happens again.
That's all right. Starting to just warm up at this point. Getting used to it now.
I'm interrupting you now. And we're going to head to the bottom half of the 7th. Excuse me, no. The bottom half of the 6th. We head to the top of the 7th. Your Chinooks up 6-0. And we're back here on the top of the 7th. Now, Tyler, you know a little bit about this new pitcher here for the Chinooks.
Good old Jamison Mobbs. Great guy from Stratford High School. Lives in Goose Creek, South Carolina, right down the road from my high school. Pitcher at Charleston Southern. It's always fun being able to see him get back up there. Had a little bit of a shoulder problem when he first got here, just trying to get back in the shape of things. You know, had a couple of weeks off between our season and getting out here. So this is his first appearance since, I believe, the first game.
It's been a while.
It has been a while, and he's throwing the ball really well right now. It's definitely coming out of his hand. This ball's got a lot of arm side run to it, which you'd love to see. Just kind of hope he can change his focal point a little bit and get back over the zone like he does right there.
There's a foul to the right field.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I've seen about you three are all you, Mobs on the mound, and Hyatt, who's in the bullpen right now, three complete different pitchers.
Oh yeah.
How is that when it comes to when you're in season at Charleston Southern? How are you guys used? You were telling me that as Mobs misses inside to load the count, put the count at 3-1, and you're kind of, are you a starter at Charleston Southern?
I am. I start. I relieve every now and then, but for the most part, I start.
Timeout by Crotty and the plate, and then Mobs. Is he more of a reliever? Because I know Eddie is a strict reliever, and then you have Mobs.
Yes, Mobs has been a reliever thus far. He has a good makeup to be a starter, but coming out of the pen, he's very effective. He's got a lot of movement on his ball. He gets a lot of weak contact swings. With the movement he gets on his balls, he's able to develop a lot of strikeouts.
That's out to Gilcrease and right, and Gilcrease puts that one away.
Like that, just went from behind in the count, and he's able to throw the ball, anywhere over the plate for the most part. His ball has so much movement. It'll run, it'll cut, it'll sink. Sometimes it'll sink and run. Sometimes it'll sink and cut. So playing catch with him, it's extremely hard. Every now and then he'll throw you a sinker. I mean, he doesn't do it on purpose, but it'll definitely break your hand. He throws a very heavy ball as well.
Number 12, Jimmy McDonald.
So he's got a lot of great stuff. It's fun watching him pitch, and it's fun watching a lot of guys try to hit his balls.
Pitch hitter here now for the Oilers, Jimmy McDonald from Lane Community College, facing Jamison Mobs on the mound there with one away. Mobs puts that one in there for strike one.
Yeah, just like that pitch. I mean, it started over the middle and just sank and ran down, low and away. That's a pitch that no hitter is going to really be able to adjust to. I mean, that's a dominant pitch.
In there for strike one. The Charleston Southern University right-hander throws that one in for an 0-2 pitch. Now facing the pitch hitter, Jimmy McDonald. And the 0-2 pitch. Down low for ball one. 1-2 count now.
Yeah, it's a great miss. 1-2. It's over the plate, a little low. If he swings at it, he's either going to miss it or have extremely weak contact. But it's close enough to the zone to kind of, be questionable enough for the umpire.
As that one goes to the backstop, teaming up the count 2-2 now.
Yeah, just sticking with his guns right now. Just throwing a lot of pure fastballs. And he's definitely bringing it in right now. So if he can get one in on the hands, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a bat just explode.
2-2 pitch from Mobs to the pitch hitter McDonald, down in the dirt for ball three. That's going to load this count full. Tyler, a lot of full counts we've seen.
Yeah, we've definitely seen a lot. That looked like a 2-2 changeup right there. Had a lot of sink to it. Just happened to start it out a little too low and caused it to bounce. If he was able to start it up a little bit higher, that definitely would have been a nice little strikeout pitch. That one happens to miss arm side. But with the sink that Mobs generates on his pitches, he's able to induce a lot of ground balls. So right here, I mean, that ground ball is a nice little double play, and you have a 1-2-3 inning, and it's still pretty quick.
And Josh Congdon steps to the plate. The Lynn Benton Community College second baseman comes into this game 0 for 3. As McDonald now stands at first after that walk that he got Mobs to issue. That one's in there for strike one. 0-1 pitch now from Mobs.
Yeah, it's big getting ahead, especially after a walk. It's good to see him get right back into the zone, going right after guys.
One thing I've seen a lot from the Chinook pitchers is they get behind and they, issue base runners, but they've been able to bounce back, and that's so key in this league. Is that to Shackelford?
And there it is.
And Shackelford bobbles that ball.
Great recovery.
And gets the out at second.
Threw him a nasty slider right there. Was able to get the double play ball. Just happened to bobble it to short. But they were able to get the lead runner, so now we got 2 outs. Guy on first. That was just a nasty slider from Mobs right there. I think that was the first one we've seen.
And Kellen Strom.
Yeah, started up a little bit, so it looked like a fastball out of the hand, but the action right there on that pitch was unbelievable. So he was able to get a bad swing on the off of it and get the double play ball.
2 away here in the top of the 7th. As Congdon stands at first with Kelly Strom. The San Jose State center fielder steps to the plate now. Facing a 1-0 count. 6-0 is the leader for the Chinooks. And we're joined here by Tyler Weekly, the Charleston Southern right-hander. 1-0 pitch coming up for Mobs to the center fielder. And that's going to hit. Strom on the inside, and I doubt that feels pretty.
Yep, that's a little bit of the downside of having so much movement on your ball. That one started out over the middle and just happened to run back in and catch him on the right on the inside of the knee. I've actually seen him have a few guys swing at those before, and then it hits them.
I had that happen to me in 3rd grade one time. They still count as a strike. Even if it hits me, if my bat swings, that's a strike. I still remember the day and the bruise from it. Still think I have a scar. But I'm not bitter or anything, of course. And Tyler, can you tell what's going on out there?
Yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on. Maybe they're just checking out the guy who just got hit. He just took a 90-mile-an-hour two-seam off the knee.
I guess so.
Too good, but I'm not too sure what the pause in the game was. So just sitting on base, ready to go.
John Thomas now, the shortstop from the University of Southern California, steps to the plate. And I was talking to Eddie pregame as Mobs puts that one in for strike one. Do you think of USC? Do you think that is the Gamecocks or the Trojans?
Oh, it's the Gamecocks, 100%.
That's what Eddie said. That is what Eddie said.
Definitely based on where you what kind of region you're in, and it kind of depends on who you're with. You ask a Clemson fan, and they're going to tell you it's the Trojans. So
anything other than the Gamecocks is Mobs. So it's that one in for strike two.
Definitely depends on who you ask, and what part of the country you're from. More so, just the Southeast, it'll say it's the Gamecocks, but I believe everybody else will tell you it's the Trojans.
0-2 pitch coming up for Mobs. 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. 0-2 pitch, 2 away. On the outside for ball 1.
Yeah, that's a really good 0-2 pitch. Something on it's on the black. Pitcher talk right there. It's on the black right there, so it's a couple inches off, but it's
on the black.
It's close enough to get some swings every now and then.
Well, I'm still focused on the blacks, trying to figure out that. And a swing and a miss by Mobs.
Backdoor slider.
Backdoor slider. And that was not on the black, correct?
That actually probably would have been on the black.
What do I know? That's why I'm in the booth. And when we come back, Chinooks hold a commanding lead of 6-0. Full in control of this game. When we come back, the Chinooks are up to the plate in the bottom of the 7th. And as we head back to the bottom of the 7th, Mason Cornelius in to pitch the bottom of the 7th for the Peninsula Oilers. Matthew Corneliuson, right-hander. And I'll be honest, I have no information, as he is not in their roster. You get honesty here for the Chinooks.
That's what we like to bring y'all.
Oh, completely. That's Levi Gilcrease. And we were just talking mid-inning. What a cannon he has out and right. Something to watch there. Gilcrease steps to the plate now. Pitch from Corneliuson as Gilcrease fouls that one to the backstop.
Great aggressiveness. I love it.
That's been something I've seen from him a lot, is aggressiveness. And
guy coming out of the bullpen definitely wants to get ahead with the first pitch fastball. Levi just showing his savvy right there. Knows that he's going to come with that first pitch fastball, and he's ready to jump all over it.
And Gilcrease pops that one up foul. And back-to-back fouls here lead to an 0-2 count. Well, that's what I've seen from not just Gilcrease, but the whole top of the order. Is so much aggressiveness. I mean, I was talking to Mike Capriz in the outfield for BP, and he was saying he hates having to hold off on something because he's such a first pitch swing. But when you face these guys, you have to kind of, as the leadoff hitter, take some pitches as Gilcrease takes that one outside. Justin Gomez stands on deck, 1 for 3 in this game. As he got an RBI double in the bottom of the first.
You got to love the approach. Our hitters are starting to kind of form here. They're hunting first pitch fastballs and just kind of trying their best to lay off anything that spins early on in the count.
As Gilcrease watches that one miss down low for a ball 2 to even up the count 2-2.
Yeah, that's a great eye. That's a really close pitch to take right there. But it looked like it missed a little low. I mean, that was a great pitch for a great 1-2 pitch. So credit to Levi for being able to recognize that out of the hand.
And Gilcrease watches that one miss again for ball 3. And Gilcrease, after a quick 0-2 hole, has worked his way back to be in command here, facing a full count. The 3-2 pitch from Corneliuson. Down low, and what an at-bat there for Gilcrease.
Yeah, great job. Especially a guy coming fresh and out of the bullpen. He's amped up, ready to throw, pound the zone with fastballs. Levi showed aggression early and then was able to really tone it back down when he got to 2 strikes and just simplify his approach and just look for something over the plate. And if it was close, take a hack at it. But was able to see everything out of the hand and recognize that a lot of those balls weren't really close to the zone.
And here comes Gomez now. Takes the ball 1 low. Gomez can put some wood. If he gets some wood on this ball, it can go far.
Yeah, he has a great swing. He's really aggressive. Loves hunting the fastball and hunts it right there. Just happened to be a little bit late.
It's going to sail foul as it just is out of the reach of the left fielder, Matthew Acosta. One pitch coming up now to the Chinook catcher as Gilcrease stands at first after he was able to issue.
I'm interested to see if they'll throw any off speed here. I don't think we've seen any thus far. And if we have, we weren't able to really recognize it.
1-1 pitch to Gomez. Leg kick in the pitch outside for ball 2.
So it looks like he's just sticking to his guns and throwing fastballs. I think that's all we've seen thus far.
2-1 pitch. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. Gilcrease takes his lead. Gomez stands in the batter's box. The pitch. And Gomez right back to Corneliuson at second. And that's going to be dropped by the second baseman. And Gilcrease is able to advance to second.
Yeah, that was a little rush there by the pitcher. Didn't give a shortstop enough time to get over there and give himself a good target. So it's a little mistake. We'll see if he's able to work out of it. He put himself in a little jam here. Had a double play opportunity there, but now we got first and second, no outs late in the game. Definitely not what you want as a team.
And the Chinooks are in prime opportunity as Aaron Shackelford, who ripped a triple to really break this game wide open in the bottom half of the first.
And this is another guy.
To the plate.
He's a power threat at the plate. Swings very aggressively. Loves swinging early. And he's not going to get cheated on his swings.
Shackelford watches that one in for strike 1. Well, Shackelford is one of those guys. There's really – now, we have some big pitchers. Mm-hmm. But our hitting, it really isn't anybody that stands out. But Shackelford, staying at 5'9", can just rip.
Yeah, he's a extremely strong guy. I believe he had 14, 15 home runs at his college this past season, so he definitely has power in his bat. He, like I said, he doesn't get cheated on his swings, and he's looking to see something up in the zone right here and put something in the gap.
As he faces a 1-1 count with runners on first and second now. Beautiful weather tonight in Chugiak, Alaska. Perfect baseball weather, in my opinion. 1-1 pitch.
Oh, yeah, it's great. You can be out there and not break a sweat.
Misses outside for ball 2.
This is a dangerous situation for their pitcher. Down 2-1. Don't really have too many places to put Shaq now. Got no outs.
Well, especially with Brandon Mitchie and Luke Coffey, next two batters. Those two, you can make the case those have been the hottest hitters so far in the league.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier. Both of them got a great power threat. Shaq just saw it up in the zone, just missed it by a little bit, got under it.
Shackelford not happy with himself there, and Gilcrease thought about advancing. Shackelford sends that out to the center fielder.
Yeah, if he saw the pitch he wanted, he took a great swing at it. Just happened to be under it a little bit, which happens. Ball may have been a little too up for his liking.
Well, you could see the frustration by Shackelford as he knows he has the power to hit that ball out, and even if he's not frustrated, that ball sailed a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that ball may have been just a little too up for his liking, but I mean, what you like about that right there is he saw the ball up, he took a great 2-1 swing at it. It was really aggressive. Just sometimes it just doesn't play out in your favor.
That's true. And Brandon Mitchie steps to the plate with 1 out, runners on first and second. Gilcrease.
Shortstop wanted a pick off there, but the pitcher looked like he got stunned a little bit, so they steps off there to try to let a shortstop get back. That way they didn't have a massive hole over there at the 6th spot.
And here comes the pitch to Mitchie. Mitchie watches that one miss outside for ball 1.
Speaking of consistency earlier, that looked like the first strike he called on Shaq was right there.
Huh. Shackelford has been hoping to. He found it a little bit in the first inning with that triple, but other than that, he's been struggling at the plate. And so is Brandon Mitchie for most part of this season, but he's past few games been able to put it together as he fouls that one.
Yeah, I mean a lot of guys are still getting used to the wood bats. Definitely plays a lot different than a metal bat. You really got to get the bat head out of the wood bat, otherwise you risk if you take it off the hands or off the end of the bat, you risk breaking the bat, which is going to be a week out most of the time unless you're able to really muscle one up and just kind of bloop it somewhere. So when you get, I bet you Shaq had over 200 at-bats this past season. You take that many at-bats and you switch over to a wood bat, it takes a couple of games to get used to. And I think Shaq's his 4th game with us now.
He's still getting pretty new.
Yeah, so I mean, this may be his 4th game. So he's still adjusting a little bit, but he's played great defense this far. I mean, like you said earlier, he got a triple, so he's definitely starting to warm up a little bit.
That is true. As a 1-2 pitch coming to the Australian-born second baseman. Cornelius in the 1-2 pitch, and Mitchie dribbles that out, throws over to second, over to 1, and Mitchie able to leg out.
Yeah, pitcher did a much better time. That I think that ball was hit slow enough to let that play develop a little bit, let the shortstop get there, and he was able to, get a good target up there for the pitcher to see. So the Oilers pitcher had worked himself into a little jam early on, but it looks like he's 1 out away from getting out of it now that he's got 2 outs.
And talk about a guy you do not want to face, Luke Coffey. And the manager takes notice of that, and he's going to go and talk to his pitcher.
Yeah, what they may do is kind of tell him, hey, the guy on deck that hadn't had too many good swings thus far this game. Let's kind of probably pitch around Luke here a little bit and see if we can take our chances with Alex, who he himself is a very, very good hitter coming from Mercer.
Has been struggling a bit this season.
Yeah, a little bit. He's just one of those things. He's still trying to get used to the wood bat. But he goes to Mercer, who's a very good hitting school, so I wouldn't expect him to be in this little slump too much longer. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts going on a nice little tear here pretty soon.
Well, that's what we hope for.
It's always bound to happen.
It's always bound to happen.
Which we'd love to see.
With runners on the corners and 2 outs.
I mean, what you like seeing about, Alex is he's getting his swings off. And, just keep swinging the bat, and you'll start finding the holes. You'll start finding the gaps and everything in between. So you like what you're seeing from him. You just kind of hope that ball start falling for him.
And that is true, and we'll be watching and waiting for that as Coffey takes that one in for ball one. I'll say one thing about Crotty, as obviously it has to be frustrating for him, but that is not shown on the field or off the field, at least not for anything I've seen in that. You got to respect that.
No, he's done a really good job. He's staying really positive about himself, and I mean that's when a guy's really going to start breaking through. He's obviously recognizes he's struggling a little bit now, but he's staying really positive. He's coming out here. He's getting a little extra work in the cages, so he's gonna break through here any at bat, and he's just gonna go on a tear and probably won't slow down anytime soon.
Coffey now faces a 2-0 pitch with 2 away. Watches that one miss for ball 3, and Coffey definitely should get the green light here as he's been on a tear, as he has had a walk this game and a stand-up double in the 3rd. Had a loud strikeout swing in the 5th as he threw his bat.
Yeah, obviously, I wouldn't be surprised if he got a green light right here. I mean, I'd give it to him.
3-0 pitch, and Coffey watches that one in for strike 1.
That's a good take right there.
And what do I know? Here, green light. No, he's going to watch that one in for strike 1.
It's a little down in the zone. It's a good swing. It's probably.
I would have swung.
Yeah, but he's looking up for something up in the zone, so it's a good take. He's probably still going to sit something a little up in the zone and hope he gets it. He's going to do some damage with it.
Coffey watches that one in for strike 2.
Yeah, I figured that'd have been the one he was kind of waiting on. It looked like he took a little bit off on that pitch. It looked kind of like he cut it a little bit too. So I mean, it kind of could have thrown him off a little bit.
Well, let's see here if Coffey can prove the broadcaster and the starting pitcher wrong. Full count here for Corneliuson, 2 away, bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss by Coffey, and well, I guess we could say he should have swung earlier in that at bat. And we're going to head to the top of the 8th. As Coffey not happy with that strikeout, but nonetheless, Jamison Mobbs, good friend of Tyler Weekly's got to come back to the mound as the Chinooks are up 6-0. We'll be back.
I didn't even know we were back, to be honest with you. Mob starts the inning off with a first pitch fastball right outside. Throws him a backdoor slider right there. Great pitch. 0-1. It's a quick, easy out right there for out number 1 of the top of the 8th inning.
Raymond Kerr now, the DH for the Oilers, steps to the plate. Now, what's the difference between a backdoor slider and a regular slider?
So a backdoor slider is when you start, for a slider, especially one of Mobbs' capability that, moves a good bit. He'll start it in the other's batter's box and kind of work it around the outside part of the plate to that lefty, which executed properly, like you just saw, you're not gonna get a good swing off on it.
As Kerr fouls that one off. To be an 0-2 hole now to Mobbs. Do you know what Mobbs sits at fastball-wise?
Generally, he'll sit 87, 89. He has the capability to run it up 91, 92 with a nasty changeup
and
right
a
there.
miss. on that changeup.
Yeah, I've seen Mobs run it up 91, 92, but he'll definitely sit, 87, 89. I guarantee you right now he's probably sitting about 88, 90. I bet you he's bumped to 91 here and there. Especially with his movement, that's extremely tough to hit. And then when you drop in a changeup like that started out over the plate and fell off the table, I mean, that's disgusting. And you just got to feel bad for the hitter when you see something like that.
Oh, I don't.
Oh, I mean, I don't either.
Not back here.
Not as a pitcher.
And that one's ripped to third, and Schmitz cannot handle that one. And Ryan Smith is going to get on base. That was ripped to the hot corner, Alex Schmitz. And
oh, yeah. I mean, that ball was hit hard, but that's what you love to see out of Mobs right there. You get 2 quick outs and comes right back, pounds his zone, gives him a fastball to hit.
At the plate for the Oilers, number 8, Matthew.
Away right there.
as Matthew Acosta, the left fielder, now steps to the plate with a runner on. After that single by Ryan Smith, Mobs has to work with the runner on. 2 outs, top of the 8th. And that one sailed foul. Schmitz gives chase to the bullpen and just misses that foul ball as that escaped the grasp of the third baseman, Alex Schmitz. Has some warm-up going on now in the Chinook bullpen. Looks to be Aiden Stout down there. Haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, that looks to be Aiden.
I'm getting used to these guys' body shapes from down here.
We'll love to see Mobs get out of this inning and see Aiden take over in the top of the 9th just to kind of end the game, let him get a little bit of work in.
That's up high for ball 1. They have an even count of 1-1 now. As Smith stands at first. Mobs has a 1-1 pitch with 2 away. Top of the 8th. Chinooks up 6-0. The Oilers have had a good outing at the plate, but have not been able to put it all together. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, that pitch was filthy.
On a changeup, if I'm
going to
correct.
be honest with you. I don't even know what that was. Probably a changeup, though, given that it's a lefty.
Well, I'm proud.
It looked like it had a little cut to it. So he may have gotten around it just a little bit, but that ball still had a lot of depth behind it. So that's why he was able to swing right on over it.
1-2 pitch coming up for Mobs with 2 outs. And that one's hit out to center. Johnson backs up a little, and that's going to do it as Jamison Mobs gets out of the 1-run base runner. And when we come back, the Chinooks hold a 6-0 lead as they come to the plate in the bottom of the 8th. We'll be back. And as we come back to the bottom of the 8th, Alex Crotty up to the plate as he watches that one in for strike 1. Mason Corneliuson back on the hill for the Oilers here. 0-1 pitch coming up. Bottom of the 8th. Inside for ball 1 to the Mercer Bear. Crotty hopefully has been turning a corner. Had a single last night. an RBI one as well. And 1 for 3 so far tonight as he watches that one bounce on the dirt for ball 2.
Yeah, we'd love to see him get a hold of the ball right here and put something in the gap.
Yes, he definitely has that potential.
Oh, yeah. Be nice to see him get it going.
And the 2-1 pitch. Outside for ball 3, and Crotty in the driver's seat here to belt one somewhere. And look at this sun. This seems about a 3 o'clock game. 3-1 pitch. Crotty sends that right to us.
Great swing there. Just happened to miss it a little bit. That's a very aggressive swing. You love to see that on 3-1.
Now, if you're a pitcher and you see a hitter just totally bomb a foul to the backstop, are you saying I'm not going to throw that pitch in this at bat again? As Crotty swings and misses for another strikeout.
Yeah, got him on the changeup, but not really. No, I mean, especially right now with it being 6-0, you're gonna attack again. I was kind of surprised he threw a changeup there, but I mean, definitely from a flip side, you just want to stay aggressive with it. It's all. I mean, leadoff batter, it's a big out. You don't want to issue a leadoff walk. So I mean, you're gonna throw with the pitch you're obviously most comfortable with there, because you'd really want to get that leadoff out. You don't want to try to be fancy and try to throw a curveball or something and end up spiking it and walking them or anything. But right there, you threw a good changeup and got him swinging on it.
As Alex Schmitz, the third baseman from Oral Roberts University, faced a 1-1 count now with one away in the bottom of the 8th. 6-0 is the score for the Chinooks, as they're looking to tack on a few more insurance runs. Is that one on the outside for ball 2? Now, Tyler, I want to ask you, with all these teams and all these teams represented, have you been following the College World Series at all?
Not really, with the 4-hour time difference. Can't really keep up with it. By the time I'm waking up, they're already starting their games.
That's true. That's true. What time do you wake up here?
Kind of depends on what we got. Usually around 10 o'clock, though. So what's that, 2 o'clock back home for me?
2 o'clock. And you're from Johnson City, South Carolina.
Charleston.
Never mind. Take
Johnson,
that back.
I think Johnson. I don't even know. It's not even in South Carolina.
Well,
Tennessee.
Well, I will say you do not have a name that like Goose Creek, South Carolina.
Nope. That's part of Charleston, though. I'm from James Island.
James Island, that was it. Schmidt sends that one.
Yep.
Foul.
Goose Creek's about 35, 40 minutes away from me. So I actually grew up playing against Eddie and Jameson my whole life.
Did you ever know him? Did you not meet him until you all three were at Charleston?
We all knew who each other were just from playing against each other. But on a personal level, no, we didn't know each other until we started playing in college together.
And Schmidt sends that one out to the second baseman. And that's going to be quick 2 outs here. For Corneliuson on the mound for the Oilers, Jeremy Johnson, the Auburn War Eagle Tiger, steps to the plate. 0 for 2 so far, had a walk in the 6th inning. And this walk-up song is a pretty popular one right now.
I wish you had gone with the original one and not the Justin Bieber version, but
hey, Justin Bieber's on my workout playlist.
Not a knock to him, but you gotta love the original Latino version.
That's true. That's true. As Johnson watches that one in there for strike 1. 0-1 pitch now. The Oiler right-hander up high for ball 1.
It's a good take right there.
Good take by Johnson. And Johnson, I look at him as kind of one of those people. If he can just get the ball down somewhere, he can make something happen with his legs. 1-1 pitch now for the Oiler right-hander. Watches that one miss down for ball 2. Tyler, what would be your walk-up song as a batter?
Oh man,
Isn't it a hard question?
I couldn't even answer that one. I haven't hit in 5 years now.
All right, then let's make it easy. What would be your walk-out song?
Oh, for a pitcher? Right now I'm doing Loud and Heavy by Cody Jinks.
Never heard of it. Sure, it's great, though.
Oh, it's a phenomenal song.
3-1 pitch. Coming to Johnson. Johnson hits that to the third baseman. Over to first. Jeremy caught it, and that's going to do it. And we head to the top of the night. Your Chinooks 3 outs away from winning back-to-back-to-back games. And it looks like Aiden Stout coming to the mound. The Chinooks up 6-0 as we head to the top of the ninth.
Webb.
And as we're up here, new pitcher in the top of the ninth, Aiden Stout, the 6'4" right-hander from the Masters University. Faces new batter here for the Oilers. So that one's down in the dirt for ball one. 1-0 pitch. In there for strike one. Swing and a miss by Webb. And Stout ahead of this count 1-2.
That was a nasty slider. Had the same arm speed and everything as his fastball and just dropped off the table.
And that
Throws it
one is hit
again.
up the middle.
Yep.
Fielded by Shackelford over to Coffey. And that's going to be out on the call. What a play by Shackelford out there at shortstop.
Another great off speed. Got a weak contact off the end of the bat. Made it a tough play up the middle. But his teammate Shaq from the Masters College able to
Able
help
to
him out
master
there.
that field out there.
Yeah.
For the Oilers. Number 12, Jimmy McDonald, I believe.
That one's hit over to Schmitz at third. Throws over to Coffey at first. And 2 away now for the Chinooks.
Oh yeah, pounding the zone right now, especially out of the bullpen, 6-0 lead. That's what you want to see, especially as a coach. Feels great as a pitcher. Coming in, just commanding the zone. That was a fastball up. He's able to get weak contact on it and
Number 4, Josh Conley.
get himself a 1-pitch out.
And now 1 out away here from having the Chinooks have 3 wins back to back to back as Stout puts that one in there for strike one. Facing Josh Congdon, 0 for 4 so far in this game. And the Chinooks 1 out away from winning once again. Stout, the 0-1 pitch. In there, misses for ball one. Even count of 1-1 coming up. 2 away here. In the top of the ninth, Chinooks up 6-0. Stout, the 1-1 pitch. And that's hit to the second baseman, Mitchie. Mitchie fields over to Coffey. And that's going to do it. As the Chinooks beat the Oilers 6-0.
Shutout. It's going to give us pitchers BP.
And a shutout for the Chinooks pitching staff. An overall great game by all sorts of people on both sides. Tomorrow night, the Oilers are going to still be here at 5 o'clock on Sunday, June 18th. And when we come back, we're going to have a special post-game interview with the player of the game. And we'll let you know who that is when we come back. And we're back here, Chinook fans. Caleb Duarte, player of the game, Noah Jones from University of Redlands. Noah, 6 innings pitched, no earned runs, no runs at all. So 6 shutout innings with only allowing 6 hits. How'd you feel out there on the mound?
Felt good. Felt good to be able to pitch here at home. I mean, last summer I got the chance to be able to throw off of this turf mound out in Xenia, Ohio, and so to be able to come back and throw off something that I'm comfortable with, I was able to settle in early, and we banged up 4 runs in the first inning, which was huge for us.
Well, how is that as a pitcher with confidence? I mean, the past few games, our bats have finally woken up a little bit, but having that confidence, you got out of the first and then bouncing right back to the second with a 4-run cushion. How does that deal mentally for you on the mound?
That's huge as a pitcher to be able to get that run support early. I know that the first few starts I had, it was kind of a low scoring contest where it was pitchers dueling, and then just be able to come out early and get those 4 runs allows a pitcher to kind of settle in and
Definitely.
And just be able to roll through a game.
Well, one thing when you were on the mound is, and Tyler Weekly was in here, we definitely was complimentary of your able to be composure. Was shaken up a few times, but outside of that, worked out of I think it was a bases loaded situation or runners on first and second, nobody out. Worked out of that, and then worked out of a bases loaded 2-out jam. When you're on the mound, knowing that these bats can hit a homer anytime, how when you face it is it different from back home at University of Redlands?
It's different. All the hitters are going to be great hitters. I mean, all these guys have a very good chance to be drafted on both sides of the field. I mean, it's nice on the mound to be able to know that you have some of the best defense out here as well. I mean, you get guys out here that'll make diving plays left and right for you, and it's kind of just normal for them. It really allows you to pitch with a little bit more confidence, and and I mean, obviously knowing that the hitters are that much better, you got to be a little bit more fine on the mound, a little bit better in each of your starts. But other than that, it's all still the same game.
Well, Noah, so far you've pitched a pretty good composure of a game here. Last question. You were at Xenia last year. What's been the main difference between Xenia and Alaska?
The hitters are not afraid up here. You'll get it's a big difference between the hitters, honestly. You'll get a guy up at the plate who sees a guy off the bump throwing 94, and they're not afraid.
Phased.
They are not phased one bit. They handle velo well. That is the big difference between, honestly, my home conference, the SCIAC, where we play at Redlands, and even Xenia and to here. All the guys are just very comfortable in the box, facing harder velo, better breaking stuff. They just seem more comfortable all around.
Well, Noah Jones, tonight's winning pitcher. Noah, when are you on the mound again?
5 days from today, so that'd be
5 days
Thursday,
from today. Looking at Thursday, back here, Matsu Miners. But tomorrow, the Chinooks host, once again, the Peninsula Oilers at 5 o'clock at Lee Jordan Field in less than 24 hours, and we expect you to see there. Noah, any last words?
It's awesome to be able to get that winning streak rolling, 3 straight wins, and we're hoping to build off that tomorrow back at home, and we got 2 more home games after that this week, so we hope to keep building.
Hoping to build it. Noah, thank you.
Thank
Great
you.
game tonight, and we hope you Chinook fans have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. God bless.